best options for self-defense coming right up on Eberhart Protection. Welcome back, gun lovers. Welcome back, pew lovers. Welcome back, 2A supporters. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the video. As always, we definitely appreciate the support. Got a good one for you today. I'm actually going to do a video for your best options, or what are your different options for self-defense as far as, say, a home invasion. And I got 3 different options for you today. 3 different calibers, and we're going to do some quick comparison on them. And want to know what you guys think, and what are some of the options that you use, or what do you prefer? So we got a 9mm, a 5.56, and a 7.62 by 39. All AR pistols, all utilizing pretty much the same pistol brace. An excellent tool for disabled people. Starting right off, we start with the 9mm first. I've got the Quikshot mics, 5-inch FMP9. Good thing going for this one is it's actually a pistol caliber. Then it's a 9mm. Definitely lowest ammo cost. Kind of back and forth with 7.62 pre-ban. I really don't want to go into that. Pre-ban prices and post-ban prices, but I mean, it is what it is. It's the reality we're facing right now. So right now, 9mm may have the slight edge on being the cheapest. Post-ban, pre-ban, 7.62 by 39, depending on what you ran and where you got your ammo from. But right now, yeah, definitely 9mm would be the cheapest. Ammunition coming back. The 9mm is definitely widely available. Like I said, it is the most common pistol caliber worldwide, actually. The availability, hands down, will probably be the number one. The good thing about the 9mm versus the other 2 options is you have the least recoil out of everything. I mean, that's why a lot of people actually prefer 9mm. And if you were actually using the AR pistol, it would be less violent than your traditional handheld pistol. Over penetration definitely wins with the 9mm. You have the least chance of over penetration in most situations. I've got a buddy, all he runs is the 9mm Defenders, and I tell him all the time, for some situations, yes, but I wouldn't run those all of the time. You don't want to hit your target and hit an innocent person standing next to the target or behind the target or off to the side, because you are responsible for everything that comes out of your firearm, regardless of the situation that caused you to use your firearm. If someone else is harmed in that process, you can be charged. And in most cases, in some states, you will be charged. Going on from there, how loud it is to report indoors, definitely the quietest option. I know in the situation, we're not thinking about being able to hear, but you have to remember, if you have family, loved ones, friends, visitors at your home, and someone attempts to break in, or you may forget that you have loved ones, you may hear that infamous bump in the night and you get up to look, and it could be your dog, it could be the cat, it could be your child, it could be, you know, a loved one, a mother, a father, just, it could be a visitor. So you definitely want to be able to hear what's going on, and the louder the crack from the report, the more effective your hearing will be. So the 9mm is definitely the quietest option if it comes to the point that you do have to use deadly force. Going on from there, we're going to go to the Ruger 10-inch, be the second one. Ruger 5.56 10-inch. Common rifle calibers, very common. The most common rifle caliber, probably the most common centerfire rifle caliber, I would say. Hands down in the United States. Definitely the highest cost ammo option. 5.56 is higher than 7.62 by 39. Pre-ban, depending on where you can find it, it's still a little higher from what I'm seeing. Is 7.62 by 39 going up in price, and will it continue to rise in price? I believe so, but it's still being imported as we speak. We still have a couple of years where the current importers at least will still be able to import. As that list draws down, will that price go up? I'm sure it will. Hopefully things change and we can have that 40 percentile of the ammo supply here in the United States return to full capacity. So again, definitely the highest cost option. I got into a whole speech about 7.62 by 39, and I'm not even there yet. But definitely the highest cost option. Pretty widely available. 5.56, like I said, is the most common rifle, centerfire rifle caliber in the United States. So it's commonly available, not considering the crunch from the current state of things. It was coming back. Some stores were dry during the height of the ammo crunch. Most stores have pretty much came back. My local Cabela's and my local Academy Sports, their prices have been excellent. More recoil than a 9mm, but less recoil than a 7.62 by 39. So essentially second place on the recoil factor. Could be a problem for some and not a problem for others, as pretty much everything is. But definitely the 9mm would win the recoil battle. Over penetration definitely is something you have to consider when using a high-powered intermediate rifle cartridge. 5.56 can and will go through wood and drywall, materials such as those. Soft targets such as people definitely can't over-penetrate there. The good thing is the 5.56 223 round, because of the speed, it kind of is almost naturally a frangible round where upon impact it kind of will, it can break up, shall I say. So it's not as bad as, say, the 7.62 239, which we know is a boulder coming through, and over penetration is a huge problem for that round. Definitely the loudest option, basically because of the frequency of the 5.56 and the 223 round. And then even coming out of a short barrel, it's even louder. I know anytime that I'm at an indoor range and even outdoor ranges, when I fire my Ruger, the 10-inch, I always get a response from the other shooters. Always. There's always the sarcastic jokes being made, and there may be a couple of seconds of quiet from the other shooters, being that the report from the Ruger kind of put everybody on notice, or they kind of froze for a second, you know what I'm saying? So definitely your loudest option. So as I said, if you have other loved ones or pets inside of your home, you want to be able to hear what's going on, and you lose being able to hear what's going on when that thing is ringing. And of course, you don't wake up and grab ear protection, so your ears will be affected from the first shot moving forward. So I always take that into consideration. Out of the three options here, it's the longest barrel. So the least maneuverability, like if you have to go around corners and stuff like that. But 10-inch, I think, is kind of the ideal intermediate range. 10 to 12-inch for all shooting, all things considered. And moving on to our last options, I got the Bear Creek Arsenal 7-inch, 7.62 by 39. Again, another very common rifle caliber. Worldwide, the most common rifle caliber. Here in the United States, definitely a high second. Two of the more commonly used American-made 223/5.56. Ammo costs would have been the lowest. Well, I wouldn't say the lowest. Right around 9mm, depending on what type of ammo you ran. I know the steel case was dirt cheap, and over time that price kind of gradually raised up as more people, I believe more people got into the AK platform, and then the AR platforms were adopting the 7.62 by 39 cartridge, and it's a lot more common now. I did not realize that the American people had such a dedicated group, I'll say, of AK shooters. And the way that the American people have modified the AK as far as making it more modular as far as the accessories are concerned, I'll just say it's a thing of beauty. I was watching a couple of videos the other day, and man, these guys have the AKs looking like spec ops, like special forces. And it's not just looks. These things are actually functional, and no two guys setups are the same. It's very reminiscent of what the AR platform is. And it's just a thing of beauty to see what the American people have done to the AK platform. Ammo availability, 7.62x39 was fairly easy to find if you knew where to find it. I'll just say that at this point in time, it's harder to find. Cost has gone up, and speaking pre-bad, it was, I mean, I could find it on my Cabela shelf. I found it a couple times doing the ammo crunch, and then all of a sudden they didn't have any 7.62x39 after a point. The good thing was I was able to find soft points. That's the great thing. Post band, it's harder to find. It's definitely harder to find, but it's still out there. The good thing is it's still out there, and it's going to be there. So definitely have the most recoil out of all three with the 7-inch 7.62x39. It's the heaviest round by far. So definitely got the most recoil coming out of that thing. Follow-up shots will be the most difficult from this firearm out of all three of your options right here. For the average person, just your average person, your average shooter, definitely would be the most difficult for follow-up shots. Over penetration, 7.62x39 definitely loses in that category. It's a big, heavy round, and it just bulldozes through targets. Hard targets, soft targets, it bulldozes. Definitely have a problem with over penetration. So depending on your living situation, if you have neighbors and things, have to take that into consideration. It's definitely, in my opinion, the second loudest option. Even though it does have the 7-inch barrel, the 5.56 and the 2.23 just have a crack that's just unbelievable. Some prefer this, some say this. It is what it is. So it comes down to a couple of things in this video: maneuverability, controllability, damage, and on the negative side of things, you have over penetration, loudness, and ammo cost and availability. Does the damage the round cause outweigh the cost of the round? And does the threat to potential loved ones and neighbors outweigh the damage? You got maneuverability with the round, you have controllability with the firearms. What are you more familiar with? Do you have experience with the more higher power calibers, the more higher recoil options? What's most feasible for you? Would a simple, more traditional style pistol be more feasible for you? Thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for coming by. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys use for your options for your home defense, for your vehicles, everyday carries. Let me know what you guys use. As always, be safe, be easy.